はい、こんばんは。So, 12,
こんばんは、先生。
yeah, こんばんは. 12 students have joined. We'll wait for about a few minutes. If you have anything to ask me, you can always ask. Sixteen have joined. 17. 17 have joined. 18. So anything you have to ask, you wish to ask me, please do ask. Let it be as interactive as possible. Yeah. 18. Okay, I think I'll start. Yeah, I'll start now. So in the last class, uh, we started lesson one, and in lesson one, I told you about particles, the grammar, particles. So every lesson you will have some grammar, something very important. You have 20 lessons, and all the 20 lessons you'll have grammar, which is important. Okay. As far as I am concerned, grammar is the most important thing. Then comes the other things. So I'll just go back to things I told you in the last class. You have particles. Okay. So in every lesson, you will see some particle or other. And this level, you will learn all the particles. Next level, no particles. Hereafter, no particles. After this level, you won't learn any particles. All the particles you will learn this level. So what are these particles? I told you these are connectors. You connect words. There are so many words. Now you have a vocabulary. But then what's the point in having a vocabulary? Unless you know how to use it, speak. So when you speak, you'll have to string all these words. And you have to string them sensibly, right? They have to, because, see, remember one thing, always I'll tell you, okay, any language, any language, why is a language used? A language is used to communicate. You speak. First comes speaking. If you can't speak, you write. Understood? So, but if you are with someone, you speak to someone, uh, and you can speak to someone, you don't write. But if you can't speak to someone that you want to speak to, then you write. So it's about communicating, speaking. Language is for speaking. Then comes writing. Okay, now any language that you use, you speak, there are two people involved. One is the speaker, the other is the listener. And you should always remember, and especially Japanese, point of view is the speaker's point of view. because I speak, right? When I speak, what is important for me, I have to convey to you. So it's all from my point of view. But why do I speak? Because you're also important. It's there. The listener is important. But the speaker, it's always the speaker's point of view. Okay. So I speak. Then the listener speaks. Then when the listener speaks, the listener becomes the speaker, and who spoke earlier will become the listener. So everything, it is the speaker's point of view. So remember this. If you remember this, a great many things in Japanese grammar will become clear. Not just this level. I'm talking even at the highest level. Unless you get this, you won't be able to understand many things. So once you understand this, you'll be able to understand so many things. That is speaker's point of view. And the listener listens. Okay. The speaker and the listener. And when the speaker speaks, he or she will have to, speak in such a way that, so he is trying to convey something to the listener. So the listener should be able to get it, like, in the sense that the speaker has. Now, suppose I speak, I would want you to understand something. I would want to convey something. Now, you should understand it. You will understand it only if I use it, if I express things correctly. Okay. And so that is it. So in Japanese, especially, particles are so important. Okay, words. If you don't use the word correctly, if you don't know the word, then you use the wrong word. That's a different thing. But if you know the words, you have to use them. You have to put them together, all the words that you know, and you wish to express something, you know the words, but you have to put them together. You will have to string them up, put them together using particles, and you have to know the correct particle. If you get your particles wrong, you could convey something wrong. You could convey something different from what you want to say. You'll come to know about that. So a particle is so important, uh, any particle for that matter is very important, and you will have to use it correctly. Okay. So all the particles that you learn in this level will help you speak the language. So that is very important. So I remember telling you about 3 particles in lesson 1. There are 3 particles. And particles are like this. Some have meanings. Okay. There is a particle which means this, and you use it always for that. I'll tell you about that. But there are particles which are there because they have a function to perform. Okay. There is a role they have. It's not about meaning. Okay. So you will see both particles which have meaning and particles which have a function. Now, what are the particles I was telling you? You will see in lesson 1. One is a topic particle. See, a great thing about this language is this: the most of the difficult things you learn in the beginning itself. The very first lesson you learn the most difficult thing, and like in the beginning you learn the most difficult thing, and as you go, once you understand this, you'll see so many things become easy. Okay. So you straight away start with the particle wa. And remember, you're saying wa. Particle is wa. But the kana you use is ha. See? See the difficulty in understanding this. You will have a problem saying, okay, if you think, in terms of other language, like in English or any other language, or your own mother tongue, or the languages that you know here, you'll say, if the particle is va, why don't they use va? They have a kana va. Why don't they use that? They use this. So that is the main thing. Now, what you got to understand is first accept it. There are certain things, which become very easy if you accept. Okay. If you don't accept this, then the whole thing will be difficult. You can't understand anything further. So you'll have to learn to accept certain things. Like how you learn to accept so many things in English. You never asked the question, right? You never asked the question. So many things in English. But you learned, right? You do speak it. You speak English. You have learned to write, to read. You never ask questions. And English is a language which is written with all exceptions. If you have a rule, you have an exception. And so many things can't be explained. They say it is like this. So first accept these things. And why va is okay? Va, the sound is va. They have a kana va, but they don't use va, kana. They use ha. And ha, as a kana, it is ha. But when it is used as a particle, it is va. Then, I told you, topic is there. There is something called a topic in a sentence. Okay. Something called a topic in a sentence. When I come to lesson 4, because then the subject comes in, then I'll tell you. Okay. Because you will now ask, give us an example. Give me an example. Right now, if I give you an example, you won't be able to understand anything because you have still not seen a sentence. So when I come to lesson 4, where the subject comes in, I'll give you examples. For this, I said there's subject, there is topic too. But remember one thing, Japanese has something called a topic. Okay? Topic in a sentence. What is this topic? Remember I told you, there is a speaker and a listener. You have a speaker and a listener. Now, topic is always, you remember one thing, topic is always something which the speaker and the listener both know. Both know in the sense both are, know that this is there. Topic is something which the listener and the speaker know. Both of them know. And they start speaking. The speaker starts speaking. He brings in the topic. Says, yeah, this is the topic. And above the topic, something is spoken. Now, what is spoken, we don't know. The speaker knows. He is going to, because he is the one who is going to speak. But the listener doesn't know what he is going to speak. So that is it. Topic is something both the listener, the speaker knows, and the listener knows. But what the speaker will speak about the topic, listener doesn't know. So something new. After he speaks, he'll know. And then once he knows, that will become a topic. See, that is it. Just think. Just think. Japanese, learning Japanese requires a lot of thinking too. And you start thinking. Just think. Speaker speaks. And he brings in the topic. And the topic is something which I know because I'm a speaker and the listener knows. And the topic is brought. And then the speaker speaks about the topic. That The listener doesn't know. Once the speaker speaks, the listener will know. Okay, once he knows that what was spoken about the topic can again become another topic, it can lead to another topic. Now, what is spoken about the topic will have the subject. Subject is something which speaker knows because he's the one who's speaking, but the listener doesn't know. So new subjects can come. Subject is something which so in Japanese there is wa for a topic. Topic is marked with wa. But I told you it is a part of the sentence. Correct. It is there in the sentence. But it is really not a part of the sentence because what is the sentence? Subject and verb. Subject and verb. Subject, verb. Subject, verb, and object. If there's an object, object. Verb as an object, there will be an object. If the verb doesn't take an object, then there won't be an object. Now, if I say, I see a picture. I see what? A picture. I am the subject and what is the verb? See. Okay. I read a book. Who? Subject is I. What do I do? I read. Read is a verb. What? Book. Book is an object. So this is the sentence. Now, in Japanese, this alone isn't there. There's a topic too. And how I read the thing, no? When I read it, you'll see. You know me. I'm bringing in the topic. I read. So I'll say, you know me. I read a book every day. I read a book. You know me. I read Japanese books. Why that you know me? I'm bringing in the topic. So watashi wa, you know me. That is it. So you have a topic and the topic is marked with wa. And when I bring in the subject, you will be able to understand this better. So wait for another 3 lessons. When I come to the 4th lesson, we bring in the top subject. We bring in the subject and then you will be able to understand this better. But remember one thing, Japanese has topic. Any sentence will have a topic, but why do I say it is not really a part? How can I say it is a part? It is in the sentence and it is not a part. How can I say that? See, it's like this. It is in the sentence. It's a part of the sentence. It's a part of the sentence, but not real of the real sentence. Let us take it like that. Why do I say that? The real sentence has a verb. See, everything is so important. Verb is the most important thing in a sentence. Okay. If there is a verb, there should be something directly connected to the verb. That is the subject. Topic is not directly connected to the verb. Which is why I say it is not the part of the sentence. It is not the part of the real sentence. The actual sentence, why it's not a part of the actual sentence, I say? Because the topic is not directly connected to the verb, but a subject is directly connected to the verb. Understood? So, but now you'll have to accept something. Japanese is not like any other language. Okay. They may say it is like in Indian languages and all. Nothing like that. Only the sentence structure is the same. Okay. Sentence structure is the same and the way we feel when we speak is the same because why is that? Not because we have got anything to do with Japan or anything. It's like this, all the Eastern nations, we feel, our cultures, there is a lot of similarity, the way we think. Everything is so important. Okay. Family is very important here in the East. Understood? So this is so important here. So many things are important here. It's not like the West. So definitely there's so much common. So the way we think and also our languages also. Languages are same in that respect. Otherwise, grammar and all no. Okay. So you have something called a topic in Japanese. Topic is, you see it in the sentence. And why do you see topic a lot? Because topic sometimes, not sometimes, very often does the verb of the work of the subject. Why? If the topic and the subject are the same, topic, subject is dropped. Subject is not seen, subject is not used. Topic and the subject are the same, subject will not be seen. So I'll come to that. Now look. But if the topic and the subject are different, definitely the topic will be said and the subject also will be said. And when the subject is there, the particle is different there. Subtopic as the particle, wow, you have to understand that. So that was a little difficult to understand because we have not seen anything like this. But you're seeing something now. And what you're seeing now has something called the topic. So first you'll have to accept there is something called the topic in Japanese, and that has a marker. That is what follows the topic will be wa. And it is written using the kana ha. Next, I was telling you about no, particle no, which is not so difficult to understand. I told you it's a possession particle, possession. It tells you the possession of something. So in possessive case and all, you will use that. Like my watch, my book. So watashi is I. Watashi is I. Okay. Watashi no, my. Or anyone else's no. So Saumya-san no means Saumya-san's. Chitra-san no, Chitra-san's. Sundaram-san no. So use that no. So right now there are other uses too, we'll see later. But right now you'll have to know possess, possession, possessive case. Then you saw a particle ka. What is ka? Ka is a question mark. In Japanese, you don't have question marks. But now you'll see some question mark somewhere and you'll say, it's there. You said no. Japanese doesn't have, but question marks are used. Where? You see, suppose you read novels and all, you'll have question marks. And then question marks generally, right now, if it's not a full question, you will see a question mark. That is a word which is a question. Suppose I say, you, that's a question. You, I'll have a question. Question mark after that. Okay. So, my book, question. You have question marks like that. And nowadays, question marks you see in novels and all that, you'll see. But Japanese doesn't have a question. This question mark was not there in Japanese. Okay. This has come in from some other, other language. So, what is the question mark? Ka. So, the last thing in a question will be ka. So, if you see question, if you see ka ending any sentence, that's a question. And how do you say it? Ka? This ka? See, when you say it only, you know it's a question. So, ka is a question mark. Please take it like that. So, I told you this. Then I told you this. you have to end your sentences with des or mas because you have to speak it very politely. The language has to be spoken politely. So polite Japanese, all your sentences will end with des or mas. Where will you end your sentence with mas? You will end your sentences using mas if the verb ends a sentence. Mas is a verb form. Verbs take many forms. So one of the forms is mas, and mas will end the sentence. If verbs can end sentences. And when the verbs end sentences, mas is the form the verb will take. So another thing, mas and this you will have to use if you have to speak the language politely. And you better speak the language politely because you're not supposed to use. There's another, Japanese has got many forms, many, ways of, you have many ways of speaking Japanese. When you speak the language, you can speak it plain, but plain is not, you don't have the right to speak. You don't have the privilege of using plain language because you cannot use plain language when you speak to Japanese. Among your friends, you can speak, but Japanese friends are not very difficult to get that kind of friend. They don't become very familiar. Understood? If you're in Japan, you will know. No Japanese will become that familiar. There is a distance. Even among Japanese, there is a distance between, one Japanese and another. So within the family, you can speak plain. And if you speak to your Indian friends, you speak Japanese, you can speak plain. But if you're speaking to a Japanese, never. So you will have to use polite Japanese. And all your, when you speak polite Japanese, your sentences will end with des or mas. It's called the des mas language. Des mas language. That is what you will use. Okay. And now I'll share the screen which I was, I left previous class with this, right? Share the same screen. Okay, there are a few things I would want to say before I go on to the lesson itself. Your sentence structure is SOV, subject, object, and a verb. Verbs will always end the sentences. Sentence or adjectives will end sentences. Verbs end sentences. Subject, object, verb. Unlike English, where you have subject, verb, and object. And our language is also, it's subject, object, and verb. So that is the reason they say, if you're a Hindi speaker, Japanese is easy. See, this is not a nice way of, I don't know why people do say this. Understood? The first thing they say is it Tamil? You speak Tamil? Japanese is very easy. Speak Hindi? Japanese is very easy. Marathi, the best language. Telugu, great. Please don't believe all that, okay? The only reason is subject, object, and verb, the sentence structure, as far as I know. Okay. But then, of course, the way we see things, way we feel is almost the same. Generally. It's not just here, even if, anywhere in the East, it's the same. Okay. Then you have only 3 punctuation marks in Japanese. This is comma. If you can't see it, this is comma. This is full stop. And these are comma, full stop, of course, it ends the sentence. That's important. Comma, say if you have to stop for a, to catch your breath, you can't say a big thing sentence, right? So you do have commas, but not too important, actually, not like English. So, of course, you have commas and you have a full stop like this. Then the next thing, these are quotes. These become very important. I'll tell you later. So I don't want to tell you that now only. So later when it comes to it, I'll tell you. These are quotes. These are important.
Sensei,
Yeah.
what is the first one?
First one
Sensei?
is comma.
Come on. Okay.
But it's not like a comma, no? The comma we know. This is how,
Okay.
this is Japanese comma. Japanese full stop is also not like our full stop. This is Japanese full stop. And this is, these are quotes. These are the three punctuation marks in Japanese. Now you see there, no, you don't have question mark, right? Nothing, no exclamation mark, no question mark, nothing like that. No semicolon, no colons, nothing like that. These are the only three punctuation marks. Then there are so many things which are not there in Japanese. And this I find really very useful. I mean, I find this is very, I feel very happy about this. This isn't there. When I first, I began learning this, these are some things which, made me very happy. One, sorry, I'm writing down. No number. Number means, what? Singular and plural. No singular, no plural in Japanese. Which is what I say, no number. No singular, no plural. You'll ask, how do they manage? They manage. And then, no, I tell you one thing. I've never been as happy as this when learning anything. No gender. No gender. So if you don't have no number and gender, the language becomes that easy. I remember, I learned, I had to learn Hindi right from my child, first standard till the 11th. I never used to get the gender correct. Okay. Always wrong. Everything I wrote was wrong. So confusing. I mean, I never used to get it correct. Then I learned that, there are other languages like German and all where genders are big, real hell days. Anyway, no gender, no number. Okay. And then you'll have to manage this. No space. So you don't, when you use this keyboard, right, you don't use the space bar. This is the only language where you don't use the space bar. And you can use the space bar for different reason. If you hit the space bar, no, you get kanjis. And then you should know the kanji to choose the correct kanji. That's the thing. You'll get a big drop down list of kanjis. But you should know the kanji to choose it. So don't hit the space bar. What will you hit? You'll hit enter button. Understood? So no space, no gender, no number. So this is something that I wanted to tell you, so that gives you a lot of relief. Okay. Now I come to the lesson. I told you, you'll have to end your sentences with this or mas. This is what you see, this. Now, what do you mean by this? This means is, am, are. Okay? Is, am, are. And this you will see in affirmative sentences. What will you see in negative sentences? Is not, am not, are not. Okay? So affirmative sentences, this. Is, am, are. Okay? Now, if I have to say A is B, A is B. Now, why do I use A? I can use X, Y, X is Y. I have used A is B, that's all. I could use dash is dash. I could use a blank. The blank is blank. I've used A is B, so don't bother about this A, B and all that. Understood? Now, A is B. How do I say? Eva be this. Eva be this. Now, how do I say A is not B? Eva be Deva Arimasan. Now you'll ask me, what is Deva Arimasan? Simple. This, the negative is Deva Arimasan. I'm not saying opposite. This negative is Deva Arimasan. What is this? Is, am, are. What is Deva Arimasan? Is not, am not, are not. Please write that down. This means is, am, are. Then what is Deva Arimasan? Is not, am not, are not. Okay. Now you have the interrogator. Eva be this. Add ka after it. End it with ka. So Eva be this ka. That's a question. So Eva be this, A is B. Eva be Deva Arimasan, A is not B. Eva be this ka. Is A B? See how the question is made. You have the affirmative sentence, simply add ka. So it's like almost like saying Eva be hai, and ka is almost like yeah, something like that. So Eva be this ka. So let us keep to Japanese right now. So Eva be this ka is A B. Eva be Deva Arimasan, A is not B. Eva be this, A is B. Now, these are the three basic sentences in any language. They can't be anything else. One, affirmative. Another, for any affirmative, you will have a negative, right? negative. Either it is or it is not. Or he is not. She is not. Then comes the next question. Is he, is she, is it? So that is it. Affirmative, negative, and interrogative. These are the three basic sentences in any language. Okay. Now, let us come to other things in grammar. Okay. Now, I'll give you three sentences. Okay. You can take this down. So I'll give you enough time. Please don't bother. Now I won't go to something else before you finish this. But at least one of you tell me I have finished writing. Now, son. Which son? Somebody. Okay. Let us say. So let us take. I'm not writing Japanese. So Chitra-san wa gakse. Because we are learning grammar, right? Chitra-san wa gakse.
Chitra-san
wa gakse. See, get used to, the lack, you don't have space, no, Japanese. So get used to it. Chitra-san, wa. You could see that particle, serves as a kind of, it makes everything clear that this is the topic and then whatever is said. So, Chitra-san wa gakse desu. Okay. Gakse means student. Chitra-san wa gakse desu.
Sensei, I have a question here.
Ask me.
So I understand that we are supposed to read ha as va for the grammatical reasons. Chitra sanva, as you mentioned that it serves as a particle. But in the second sentence also you have mentioned Chitra sanva gakse deva. So when we are using va in
This
this
is
deva,
also the particle va only.
okay, so okay, I thought deva is one
No.
word.
This is a particle va. So to understand this, now suppose I say this, no, why this deva, why it might be a little difficult for you to get it right now, but it is better. If I say this is, am, are, deva arimasen is not, am not, are not, then I think you'll be able to understand it better. That's why
Yes.
I did it. No? That's it.
I get it. I just wanted to
Later
understand.
I'll tell you something. I don't even have to tell you that this is va. You will understand it.
Okay.
So, yeah, sir,
Here.
like, sorry, please go ahead.
Tell me.
No, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Sensei, so for the topic we are pronouncing the particle as va. So, will we get confused, like when we have to pronounce it ha, we will be pronouncing
No,
va?
you will never have any problem like that.
Okay.
This is because you're seeing the first sentence you're seeing. That's why you've got all these notes. You will never have any problem. Don't take it from me. You will never have any problem.
Okay, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei.
And when you get when I tell you about the subject, then you will understand. Now look, I'll give you this. Chitrasam. Gak said this. Chitrasam. I don't know why these people, somebody, I don't know. 7 o'clock, after 6, you're not supposed to use all this drill. There's some work going on. Some interior work or something. Nobody seems to go and tell also. Tell you something, people, no? Anyway. Chitrasamba Gak say this. Okay. Who's the topic here? No, topic. What's the topic here? Chitrasam. Is the topic. Wow. Who's the subject? Chitrasam is the topic. Subject?
Chitrasam.
Chitrasam. Chitrasam is both the topic and the subject is dropped. Understood? So that's why subject is dropped. Here, topic stands for the subject. I will tell you 1 second. Just 1 second. Hello, Sashi. The security there, no? No, over there. No, tell them, no, these guys are drilling. 7 o'clock, no? Drilling, and then what a noise, racket. അവിടെ പറ അവിടെ കാണുന്നോ മറ്റേ പാർക്കിംഗ് ആ സ്ഥലത്ത് കാണുന്നോ പറ ask those fellows to stop. പറ അവൻ്റെ അടുത്ത്. Sorry, because okay. So when your topic and the subject, so I have just shown you how the topic stands for the subject here. Okay. Now, next one is Chitrasam va Gakse Deva Arimasen. Okay. Sava Chitrasamba Gakse Deska. Now the question is Chitrasan a student? So Chitrasan is not a student. Chitrasan, is she a student? Chitrasan. Now see, Chitrasan, is she a student? In English, we can say that because we have pronouns. In Japanese, again, another thing about Japanese is you have pronouns, but pronouns are not used. Generally, don't use personal pronouns are not used. Why? It's not necessary. Even without pronouns, you can manage. Okay. So that is it. So what is okay? Have you written this down? You can so Eva be this, Eva be Deva Arimasen, Eva be Deska. Is it okay?
Yes, Sensei. So first one is like Chitrasan is a student. Second one is Chitrasan is not a student. Third one is Chitrasan a student?
That's all.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you how to understand this topic. Okay, let me see. I hope you'll get it. Chitra-san. See that? Chitra-san. Topic. She is a student. Chitra-san. She is a student. Chitra-san. She is not a student. Chitra-san. Is she a student? See how I have told this. I have brought the topic. Chitra-san. She is a student. See, in English you can do that. In Japanese you don't. Because personal pronouns you don't use. Pronouns are not there in Japanese. Even if you have pronouns, see, you'll say, okay, watashi is there. Watashi is a pronoun. Yeah, watashi is there. But later you'll see, watashi is also not used. When I am a speaker, why should I say watashi? See, I am the speaker speaking. Understood? Remember, I told you, no? Speaker and listener. When I am the speaker, why I should say I? I don't have to. Similarly, I should not say another thing. Anata is you. I am not supposed to use anata. Please don't use. Okay? Anata, please don't use. You know, earlier times, a wife would call her husband anata or a lover. You know, suppose two people. They're in love, a man and a woman, and then or a girl and a boy. The girl will say, or the late man and a woman. The woman will say, anata means dear, that kind of thing. Anata is wife would call her husband anata. So anata is you. Kare is he. Kanojo is she. But I'll tell you one thing. You don't have to use you. What do you use for anata? You. Don't use you. Use the name. First thing is to get to know the name. Suppose I meet you, I have to know your name. That's why we introduce ourselves. After which I will only use your name. Okay. I'll use your name only. I don't use you. It's supposed to be rude. So see how I say this. Chitra-san, she is a student. Chitra-san, she is not a student. Chitra-san, is she a student? So start seeing topic like this. Okay. Now we saw va, you know va. You'll still see more, I will talk more about va later. I told you. No, you understood no. You don't have any problem. Ka, you understood ka. You don't have any problem. So now let us see. Most of your problems with the particles in lesson 1, have vanished. Now comes suffixes. In Japanese, you have suffixes. There are plenty, so many suffixes. You're learning some suffix now. There is a suffix, jin. Suffix comes after. So jin. What's the meaning of jin? Person or a national? Person, national. And then you have a suffix go. What is go? Language. These are all kanjis, okay? These are all kanjis. There's a kanji for person. Kanji for person is jin. Kanji for language is go. So you see the kanji, language kanji, it is go. Now you'll ask me, in your textbook, see, this is the kanji for go, language. This one. I hope you can see this one. This is the kanji for language. It means language. Every kanji here means something. Okay. So this kanji means language. And the kanji sound is go. That's how you read the kanji. You have to read the kanji, right? So go. Go means language. Jin is person National. Person. Now look. Suffix. Now what is the prefix here? What do you add this to? Name of the country. You add jin to the name of the country. It means national of the country. Okay. Name of the country plus jin. It means national of the country. So Indo is India, and it's written in Katakana. Jin. Indo-Jin. So country, names of countries are written in Katakana. Countries like, countries other than China, Korea, this Hong Kong. Now it's a part of China. Okay, Hong Kong, Taiwan, all this, they use kanji. But other countries, they use katakana. They do have kanjis also. They use kanjis, but kanjis are not for any meaning. There doesn't have any, kanjis don't have meaning. Kanjis have sounds. So for the sound they use. Okay. But anyway, use katakana to write country, names of countries. So Indo in katakana and Jin in hiragana. Jin is in hiragana. So if you say Indo-Jin, it means an Indian. Indo-Jin, Indian. Deutsch is Germany. Deutsch, see that? Deutsch is Germany. So Deutsch-Jin means a German. I've written German national. Actually, it is a German. Nihonjin. Nihon. Japan. Nihonjin, Japanese. And Nihon will be written in kanji. Okay. Jin also will be in kanji later. Now, name the country. Again, name of the country plus go. It means the language of the country. So, Deutsch, go. German language. Nihongo, Japanese, that is language. France-go, French, that is language. So, France-Jin is a French national. France-go is French language. Deutsch is Germany, okay? Deutsch, Germany. Australia's Austoraria. Austoraria Jin. Austoraria Jin. Austoraria Jin. America Jin is US. Okay. An American. America Jin. But the language is Eigo. Eigo is English. Eigo, English. You have kanji for that. Okay? Eigo is written in kanji. English, Eigo is written in kanji. Whereas Deutsche you saw Deutsche is in Germany, in katakana. France is in katakana. Whereas ego is English, you write it in kanji. Whereas an Englishman, a Britisher, is Igiris Jin. I-gi-ri-s Jin. I-gi-ri-s Jin. That is a Britisher. I-gi-ri-s Jin. Easy. Katakana. I-gi-ri-s Jin. Whereas you can't say Igiris-go. It is ego. A-E-go. Because ego is spoken in India, ego is written in India. We use ego here. Australia uses ego. America uses US uses ego. New Zealand, they use ego. So, ego. You can't call it Igiris is only for the person. Ego, English. So ego is used all over the world, right? A-E-go, okay. A-E-go, A-E-go, A-E-go. But here it is Deutsche-go, Nihongo, France-go. Okay. Now comes Indian languages. You can't say Indo-go because we have got plenty of languages. No other country in the world has so many languages as we have. Understood? We have so many languages, all are so rich languages. So what do? Add go to any in our languages, no? Simply add go. Tamil go. What Tamil? Malayalam go from Malayalam. Hindi go, Hindi. Telugu go, Telugu. So for Indian languages, add go to the name of the language. So Tamil go. So if you have understood this, I think you will have no problem with lesson 1. And you will learn a little bit of their culture too. So you can take a small break now. You can take a break and we'll be back at 7:40. Hmm. Yeah, we'll begin. It's lesson 1. And what is this lesson about? First lesson, it's about introducing yourself. So how people introduce themselves. They are meeting for the first time. Like beginning a new relationship, right? So hajime, that itself means first time, beginning. Okay, to begin. Hajimeru. So hajime mashite. This is what you say when you meet someone for the first time. Hajime mashite. After which you say who you are. I am so. So, A wa B this. I am so and so. So you say watashi wa. You can simply say your name. See, if you ask me now, I can say Ramesh this. Ramesh, I don't have to say watashi wa. I say Ramesh this. Means I am Ramesh. But it's a watashi wa Ramesh this. So you know me, I am Ramesh. As for me, I am Ramesh. There's so many ways to say your name. Okay. Anyway, this one, A or B this. After which you say, Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. These are all greetings. So you don't see naturally. No, you don't. These are some things which are said. You have to say it. So you don't see meanings into all this. So many of our greetings, we don't see meanings. No? We say it right. We say good morning. Do we see the meaning? Say good morning. What's the meaning of that? No one knows. I mean, you don't think of it. You wish the other person a good morning, that's all. So good morning, but we say good morning. And we hardly think. Now, whenever we say it, we just don't think about it. We just say it. So like that. So greetings are just said. I mean, they make things feel nice. Okay. That's all. So hajime mashite. You say it when you meet someone for the first time, and you say it just once. You don't keep saying it again and again whenever you see that person. Just once. Okay. Now, I'll tell you this, how we have arranged the lessons. These lessons you see in the book are, you see, there's a box. Always you'll find a box. After the title, you'll see a box. And you'll have about 4 or 5 sentences. This will tell you about the grammar in the lesson. So what you see here is grammar. These are extracted from this lesson, and this happens to be the grammar here. Okay. So grammar I've already done. Now we'll see the lesson. Okay, we'll see this. Then we'll see the lesson. And how is the lesson? You have, see, people. You have already met these people. They are there here. And then you can see them speak. I mean, they're speaking to each other. The lesson is over, and then you see another box. So this is a conversation, right? And here you see the summary of this conversation. So what you see here, matome, ma-to-me, ma-to-me. Matome means a summary. Okay, this is, you'll see the summary of the lesson. After which, you'll see, you've already seen these words, kotoba. Kotoba means words. It also means language. There are two meanings for this word kotoba. Kotoba means language, words. Kotoba also means language. Kotoba means words. It also means language. But here it is words. Now, here are words that you have, from this lesson. This is your dictionary. See how you have arranged the book, I think. Lessons. You don't need to buy a dictionary. Please don't buy a dictionary, you won't use them. Okay, you will not use them. Not just now, later also. Later you can go for, you have these online dictionaries. Okay, you have them. Those are free, you don't have to pay anything. Sometimes you may be asked for a donation or something, that is there. But then generally these dictionaries are all free. Okay, so you don't have to. There are online dictionaries. So this is, now you have these dictionary, and this level and the next level you don't need to buy dictionaries. So this happens to be your dictionary. So with this you can understand, read and understand the lesson too. After which you have Hyogen. These are the expressions. Hyogen happens to be expressions you see in this lesson. Then you have Hatten. Hatten is a development. No? That is, you don't see this in the lesson. There are things that are not covered in the lesson, but the lesson probably brings you here. There are certain things you don't see in the lesson. You can't have everything in the lesson, right? But there are some things that are not there in the lesson, but good to know. So those things are here. Development on the lesson. So Hatten. Hatten means development. Hyogen means expressions. Every language you have expressions. So in Japanese you have expressions, and what you see in this box happen to be the expressions you will see in the because after the reading you will see this. So these are the expressions. Then comes Renshu. Renshu is practice. Shu. Practice. So this we'll do together. And then the next comes exercise. This you will do after the lesson, and we will review. I'll review the exercise. So you can check your answers with what I say. What it could be, there could be two ways of saying it. I could, yours could be different, your answer, but it could be correct. We'll check that. Okay. So exercise, I'll review after you do it. So you can do it after the class. So now, lesson 1. Hajime mashite. Now the box. Raja Samba Gaksedes. You've seen this? Eva Beres. Raja Samba Gaksedes. It means Raja San, he's a student. O namae wa nan desu ka? What is namae? Please underline namae or circle and write namae is name. Na-ma-e is name. Nan means what. Underline nan and write what about that. And remember one thing. Please use pencils. Do not use pens. Do not use pens. You never use pens. That is, even for exams, you will not use pens. Suppose you are writing a Japanese exam, you will not use pens. Even Japanese, you see them, they're taking notes and all that, they'll use pencils. Or they use pens, which can, you can erase. Those are the friction pens, they say. Okay. So you can erase what you've written. So that is the kind, those are the kinds of those are the kind of pens they use. They have they have an ink which can be erased. So, but anyway, don't use that pen. If you get the pen, don't use it to write checks and all that. Okay. To sign checks or write anything important, don't. Because with a little heat, everything vanishes. Okay. Or you can erase things. So they use that or they use pencils. So don't use pens. Use pencils. And read the meanings. So namae is name. Nan is what? What is that O before namae? There are, this is a prefix again. O. You use O or go. Both. Either O or go. Of course, you can't use either O or go. In some places you use go. In some places you use O. Why do you use this? Respect. Respect. Who do you respect? The listener. So always respect the listener. So I am the speaker. Remember I told you, speaker, listener. The speaker speaks, the listener listens. The listener has to be, you have to use respectful terms. So what is this O namae? What is namae? Namae means name. O namae, your name. Please write. Above O namae, write your name. Now you get it. I told you, you don't use pronouns. You have not used anata, no? I can use anata no namae, but I don't use anata no namae. I told you, you have to use a name, but can I use a name and ask what's your name? You can't, no? I can't use your name and ask what's your name. So, O namae, your name. Wa? Nan desu ka, what is it? Nan desu ka, what is it? Your name. What is it? See, so how I say that? Your name. It's all, no, I'm just saying, okay, your name. That is the topic. What? Your name. What is it? Nan desu ka. Your name. What is it? Sensei wa. Sensei is teacher. Wa. Indojin desu ka? Sensei, is he or she an Indian? I told you, if you say sensei, I don't know whether it is a woman or a man. Genders are not there. So sensei wa indojin desu ka? Teacher, your teacher, or our teacher, or your teacher. Is he, she an Indian? Sensei wa, your teacher, my teacher, our teacher. In your teacher. Indojin deva arimasen. He, she is not an Indian. Your teacher or my teacher, he, she is not an Indian. Your teacher is not an Indian, or my teacher is not an Indian. Devi Samba. Devi san, Nihongo no gakusei desu. Japanese languages student. Student of Japanese language. Now, I'll explain this further. The Nihongo no, just close that Nihongo with your finger, no? Nihongo, no, close it. Read that. Devi-san wa gakusei desu. Is it a proper sentence? Devi-san is a student. Devi-san is a student. So, pakka sentence, right? No problem about that sentence. You understand the meaning. But when I say Nihongo no gakusei desu, things become even more clear. If I say Devi-san is a student, you understand. But you understand things even better if I say Devi-san is a Japanese language student. Then you understand what kind of student she is. Okay. So that is why, please write this there by the side of it. If one noun describes another noun, if one noun modifies another noun, between two nouns, you will see no. Always between two nouns, you will see no. Why? Because if two nouns are there, no, one noun will modify another noun or describe another noun. If there are two nouns, one noun will always be describing another noun. So that is why you will have a no between two nouns. Okay. Nihongo no gakusei desu. Devi-san wa gakusei desu. Devi-san wa Nihongo no gakusei desu. Like that's how you say.
Sensei, no adjective.
No is?
Adjective.
It's almost, it does the work of an adjective. Actually, it is a noun only. Nihongo is a noun. Gakusei is a noun. Okay. One noun describing another noun or modifying another noun. Like how it is, you say, this is kaban. Kaban means bag or bag this. Okay. But now you say watashi. No, bag this means what?
It's my bag.
My bag. Or if I use the name, like when I use Sundaram-san, no kaban this means Sundaram-san's bag. Correct.
Okay.
So between two nouns, if you have a no, one noun will modify another noun. So no is a modifier, modifying particle. So you understand that, see here, Gakse you understand, but you understand Gakse better if you have a no there and say what kind of. So Devi Sama Nihongo no Gakse desu. So there's, please write there, between two nouns you'll have a no, because one noun modifies another noun, right, like that.
Since like how we have Deva Arimasen, I've read about this other word called Janaidas, which
Which
is
one?
similar to
Which one?
Janaidas.
Senseva Indojin Deva Arimasana.
Yes, like how we say Deva Arimasen, I've heard of this other word called Janaidas, which is like the opposite of
See,
this.
I'm not able to follow what you're saying. You speak so fast, and
Oh, okay. There's this word called Janaidas.
Jana and all that, I'll come to it much later.
Okay.
Okay. You
Okay.
see, probably you're in Japan, right?
No. I'm in Goa.
Oh, you're in Goa. Okay. Oh, but probably you know a little bit of Japanese or something. You watch anime and all that. Anyway, this is much later. So I'm going, see, because everyone, even if you're in Japan, if you have spoken Japanese also, we are starting off, all of us. So we'll go. So, okay. Now, right now, understand it as Deva Arimasu. So, Senseva, Indojin Deva Arimasu. Sensei, he, she is not an Indian. Devi-sama Nihongo no Gakuse desu. Devi-san, she is a Japanese language student. So that was what you saw in the box. Next, the lesson. Devi, Ohayo gozaimasu. Now, what's the meaning of Ohayo gozaimasu? People say it's good morning. I won't say it is good morning. I will say, we say good morning. They will say Ohayo gozaimasu in the morning, the first thing. That is, when it is early, like, early in the morning, meet someone, you say Ohayo gozaimasu. The first thing in the morning. In the morning, you go for a walk and all that, you see somebody, you say good morning, right? In English, you say good morning. In Japanese, you say Ohayo gozaimasu. It doesn't mean good morning. You say it in the morning and you say it early. Actually, if you see the meaning, it means you're early. So, Ohayo gozaimasu, when is it said? It's said in the morning, the first thing you say when you meet. And it should be early, like, 7, 8 and all that, 6, 7. Or if you're going to office, the first thing, 7:30, 8 o'clock, you meet someone, you say, Ohayo gozaimasu. Now, Devi says, Watashi wa Devi desu. I am Devi. You know me? I am Devi. You know me? I am Devi. O namae. As for me, I am Devi. Now, O namae wa nan desu ka? Your name, what is it? Raja. Watashi no namae wa Raja desu. My name. Watashi no namae. My name. It is Raja. Nihongo no gakuse desu. I'm a Japanese language student. A Japanese language student. Devi, Sensei wa Indojin desu ka? Devi is asking. Your sensei, is he an Indian or is she an Indian? Raja. EA means no. No. EA, long sound. EA. No. Indojin deva arimasen. He is not an Indian, she is not an Indian. Nihonjin desu. He is a Japanese or she is a Japanese. Tanaka. So that is over. There's a space, right? What we mean is, the lesson, that part is over. It's the next part after that. So Tanaka comes there.
Sensei, sorry. In the last Raja dialogue, we have comma there.
Yeah.
So so the comma we will use in Japanese, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Comma is used. EA means no. And then comma.
Okay.
Indojin deva arimasen. Comma is used. What I said is comma is used, but it's there just to show. There's you say any language. You don't say no, not an Indian. No, no, not an Indian. No, not an Indian. Just for that, comma. Ie. Indojin deva arimasen. Nihonjin desu. She's a Japanese. He's a Japanese. Tanaka. Ohayo gozaimasu. Raja says, Ohayo gozaimasu. For any greeting, you have a response also. Okay? So if someone says Ohayo gozaimasu, you'll say Ohayo gozaimasu. And Tanaka says, Watashi wa Tanaka desu. I am Tanaka. You know me, I am Tanaka. Nihongo no sensei desu. So sensei desu, sensei desu. But Nihongo no sensei desu. Nihongo no sensei desu. That is,
Japanese.
I'm a teacher of Japanese. I'm a Japanese language teacher.
Teacher.
Raja. Watashi wa Raja desu. I am Raja. As for me, I am Raja. Hajime Mashita. Now you'll ask why Hajime Mashita is said after. Actually, Hajime Mashita is first, but here it is, he says it like this. But actually, you start off saying Hajime Mashita, then you say your name. Okay, that's the order. So, Watashi wa Raja desu. Hajime Mashite. Dozo. Dozo. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. So these are things said, okay? It's almost like saying, here, please be kind to me. Okay. Then Devi says, Hajime mashite. Watashi wa Devi desu. You know me, I am Devi. Next, Watashi tachi. Tachi means a group, like we. Now you'll ask me. I said no plural, but what is this tachi? Actually, it's not plural, but it shows some kind of plurality. When do you use it? You use it when you say that you're a part of a group. In Japan, being a part of a group is something, because everyone is a part of some group. Okay. They don't see themselves as, alone, individuals there. At least it used to be like that. Now things could change because Japan is turning out to be a very Western, right? It's almost like a country in the West. Western, so many things are turning Western there. You know, family is gone. So many things are, they're turning out, it's totally changing there. And which isn't too good, not very good. Okay. So that's how it is. But anyway, earlier, everyone saw them, everyone there, saw themselves as, everyone there as a part of a group. So, watashi tachi, we, as a part of a group, are students. Now, suppose you don't feel that you're a part of a group, you'll never say watashi tachi. Understood? So it's like gakse tachi, sensei tachi, watashi tachi. You have to feel that, that feeling should be there. You're a part of a group. Then you'll use tachi. So, watashi tachi, we, wa, gakse this. We are students. We are students. Dozo. Otherwise, you say, I am a student. But we, as a group, are students. We are students. Dozo. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Tanaka says, and what if somebody says yoroshiku onegaishimasu, dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu? The other person also will reply saying yoroshiku onegaishimasu. So the response is yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Okay. Another thing, yoroshiku onegaishimasu, you can see being used to say even thank you. Thank you, no? Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. So that was the first lesson. Then now we'll see what the Matome says. Matome is the summary of this lesson. Raja-san wa Indojin desu. Raja-san, he's an Indian. Nihongo no gakusei desu. He's a Japanese language student. Tanaka sensei wa Nihonjin desu. Tanaka sensei, she is a Japanese. Nihongo no sensei desu. She is a Japanese language teacher. Now, I will read and explain it again. And then the third time I will read the lesson, you can read along. Hajime mashite. I told you where you use it. Now, Raja-san wa gakusei desu. Raja-san is a student. Raja-san is a student. Onamae wa nan desu ka? Onamae, your name. Nan desu ka? What is it? Sensei wa? Sensei. Indojin desu ka? Is he, she an Indian? Sensei wa? Sensei. Indojin de wa arimasen. He, she is not an Indian. Debi-san wa? Debi-san. Nihongo no gakusei desu. She is a Japanese language student. Japanese language no student desu. Debi. Ohayo gozaimasu. Greeting. Raja. Ohayo gozaimasu. Devi. Watashi wa Devi desu. You know me, I am Devi. O namae wa nan desu ka? Your name, what is it? Raja. Watashi no namae wa, my name. Raja desu. It is Raja. It is Raja. Nihongo no gakusei desu. I am a Japanese language student. Devi. Sensei wa Indojin desu ka? Your teacher. Is he, she an Indian? Raja. No. Indojin deva arimasen. He, she is not an Indian. Nihonjin desu. He, she is a Japanese. Tanaka. Ohayo gozaimasu. Raja. Ohayo gozaimasu. Tanaka. Watashi wa Tanaka desu. You know me, I am Tanaka. Nihongo no sensei desu. I am a Japanese language teacher. Raja. Watashi wa Raja desu. You know me, I am Raja. Hajime mashite. Douzo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Devi. Hajime mashite. Watashi wa Devi desu. I am, you know me, I am Devi. Watashi tachi wa, we people, we are gakusei desu. Students. We are students. Douzo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Tanaka. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Matome. Raja-san wa Indojin desu. Raja-san, he's an Indian. Nihongo no gakusei desu. Japanese language student. That is, he is a Japanese language student. Tanaka sensei wa Nihonjin desu. Tanaka sensei, she is a Japanese. Or Tanaka can be both man and woman. Okay. But here we have seen Tanaka san's picture. And Tanaka-san is a woman. So Tanaka-san, she is a Japanese. Nihongo no sensei desu. She is a Japanese language sensei, teacher. Now, Hyogen I won't be doing because all this I have done as grammar I have done. No? So normally this Hyogen and all that I've already done, so I won't be taking that up. But you can always go through it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. So I'm not asking, I'm not doing that. But Hatten I won't do Hyogen at all in any lesson. But please do ask me. Please, it's for you to go through the Hyogen. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Sensei, I have a doubt.
Ask me.
In the conversation, kindly please give some more sentences which contains the particles of ha and no. In the one sentence, I can able to see no and ha. The fourth one from the top.
Yeah.
Watashi no namae wa. That one.
Watashi no namae wa Raja desu. My name is Raja, no?
Yes. So give some other examples which contains no and wa.
Yeah, I can tell you, you're right.
Yes.
Because you've still not seen words, no? That's a problem. See, when we go to the second, third lesson, no? You can see all that. Otherwise, till we know that, no, you can only say Watashi no Namaeva. You can say your name, that's all. Watashi wa Nihongo no Gakusei desu, you can say. Watashi no Namaeva, you can say your name. Okay. Because you have not still known some words. So let me come to the second and third lesson for me to give some more sentences.
Because in before phrases I can able to see watashi wa, and
Hmm.
here I see that watashi no. That's why I got confused.
Watashi, there's no ta. Don't say watashi.
Okay.
Watashi. Watashi.
Watashi.
You're saying watashi no means my. Watashi wa is I.
Okay.
That's it. So let me see, for this lesson, you've seen the lesson. So it's only watashi no, watashi wa and all can come. So let us see, wait for some time. Okay. So when we do Renshu, you'll see some of the thing. It is the same thing. Because we have not come to it. It's just the first lesson. So okay.
And Sensei, I mean, I wanted to ask how should we proceed with the vocabulary learning? Should we just go on and pick up vocabs from the index, or
It's better to see. It's better to see it in sentences.
okay,
So let us see the lessons. In the lessons, you will see this is the first lesson. Second lesson, you'll see more words and how they are used. Okay, like that we can go. I think it is better to do it that way because since this is the first lesson, the things are so limited here.
yes, yes,
So don't worry. After the fourth lesson, you'll learn. We'll. It actually after the fourth lesson, things open up.
okay,
So first, because we are not seeing verbs here.
yes,
Verb you see is des only. So once you see verbs, you'll see plenty of things, and then you will have to. Then we'll see many more sentences.
okay,
Don't worry about that. So hatten. Hatten is aisatsu. Now aisatsu means what is aisatsu? You're learning words now. Aisatsu means greetings. Aisatsu is greetings. The second box, not Hyogen, I'm not doing. The second box, hatten. Those of you, think, just a few sentences. That's all I can give right now because this lesson, you saw. What did you see? I am so and so. I am a Japanese. This is all we saw. I can give you only such sentences. Like, my name is this. I am so and so. I am a student. I am a teacher. So let us see. Wait for the fourth lesson, after the fourth lesson, things start taking off. You start taking off. Till then, let us see. So, aisatsu. Now, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. What is konnichiwa? People say that is good afternoon. Actually, I'll tell you the meaning of that word. Konnichiwa. This day. So it is a part of a sentence. It must have been it must have been a sentence where the very first part of it, it's now become a greeting. So konnichiwa means good day. So you can take it as good day. Okay. When do you say this? You say it after 9, 8, 9 and all. You can say 9 o'clock. After 9 o'clock, say konnichiwa. Till when? Till say 5 o'clock in the evening, you can say konnichiwa. Till 5 in the evening, you can say konnichiwa. Morning, 9, after 9 to 5, you can say konnichiwa, konnichiwa. After 5, you say konbawa. Till when? Till you're awake. Like late in the night, you can say konbawa. It's not good evening, this evening. Even on the night, evening, you say, but in English, you say good evening. Japanese, what will you say? Konbanwa. Okay. So konnichiwa is even good morning. Okay. Then oyasumi nasai is not good night. It is said in the night. It actually means please take rest. Take rest. When do you take rest? At least when Japanese used to take rest. I'm not saying now. When would they take rest? Earlier, they used to work from morning till night. Only in the night they take rest. Okay. So, O Yasumi Nasai. This is a greeting. These are all greetings. O Yasumi Nasai. Sayonara. It's not sayonara. It is like we hear it in our songs and all, no? Sayonara, no? India. But it is sayonara. Sayonara. It is bye. Goodbye. But you say it when the parting is for a longer time. It's not, you go, normally you meet somebody next day and all that, you don't say sayonara. And sayonara, you don't tell it to your people in your family. You say it only to people. You don't say it, it's not used. It's used not to someone in your family, but you say to others outside. Sayonara. And the parting is for a longer time. Otherwise, they say Ja Mata, Deva Mata, Ja Mata. Okay. Sayonara. Arigato, thank you. You can say arigato gozaimasu is thank you very much. Like that. Arigato, thank you. Do itashimashite, when somebody says thank you, you'll say, you can say yeah. But do itashimashite, you say, please don't mention it and all that means. So that's do itashimashite. Gomen nasai. When you apologize and all, no, I'm sorry. Like that. Sumimasen is also sorry. I'm sorry, you'll say. I'm sorry. You use sumimasen also, but you use excuse me, right? You say excuse me in English. Wherever you use excuse me, you can use sumimasen in Japanese. Like you call someone, say, excuse me, you say no. Sumimasen. So sumimasen can be used wherever you use excuse me in English, you use sumimasen. Now, before having food, you say itadakimasu. Itadakimasu. After food, you say gochiso samadeshita. Gochiso samadeshita. These are greetings. Before food, you say itadakimasu, means I humbly accept. In the sense, it's like this. Food, no? You're served food? Okay. There's someone who has made the food for you. So you say, I humbly accept. There's another thing. It's not just the person who has made the food. So many things have gone into bringing that food to the table, right? Now look. Animals, they've given up their lives. They have not given, we have taken their lives. But then, and farm, vegetables, rice, all this. So many people have worked, so much they have toiled. Think of the things they have sacrificed. Think of the toil. So you're saying, all this, I humbly accept. You're saying, the gratitude you express to all those things, all those people who have worked to bring the food to your table. So you say, I humbly accept. That is the meaning. So you say it before having food. Every Japanese says it. At home, at any restaurant, anywhere. Before having food, they say itadakimasu and then have. After food, they say gochiso samadeshita. It's like, it says it was a meal, it was a feast. Like it could be a very Spartan meal, small, very ordinary, humble meal. Okay. But don't say it is so humble, it was a very simple. Is it? It was a feast because you were hungry and had it, right? You were hungry. And then you had the food. So you say it was a feast, it was a meal. So these are all greetings. Okay. Gochiso samadeshta. Now, next is Renshu. You wanted examples, right? Let us see. You will now see the examples. Watashi. Gakse desu. What will come there?
Wa.
Wa. Watashi wa gakse desu. Next. Devi-san wa Indojin. Affirmative.
This.
Yes. Devi-san wa Indojin desu. Devi-san, she is an Indian. Namaye dash Raja dash. What will come? Affirmative.
Namaeva Raja.
Namaye va Raja desu. Namaye, name, the name is Raja. Namaye va Raja desu. Then
Watashi.
Watashi, now see. Watashi dash Namaye dash Raja desu. What will come?
Watashi wa namae mo.
Watashi ne Namaeva Raja desu.
Watashi no Namaye.
Shino.
Watashi no Namaye va Raja desu means my name is Raja. My name is Raja. Watashi no Namaye va Raja desu. My name, it is Raja. My name, it is Raja. Next. Nihongo dash sensei dash Tanaka-san desu.
Nihongo no sensei wa Tanaka-san desu.
Nihongo no sensei wa Tanaka-san desu. So, Japanese language teacher. She is Tanaka-san. Japanese language teacher. She is Tanaka-san. Why do I say it like this? Because I want you to, get that wa topic. So when you say it like this, you understand the topic. I can say, Tanaka-san is Japanese language teacher, or Japanese language teacher is Tanaka-san. I say, Japanese language teacher, she is Tanaka-san. Then Anata, Namaye, Tanaka-san, this, dash, what?
Anata no namae wa Tanaka-san desu ka?
Anata no namae wa Tanaka-san desu ka? Because after this only ka can come. Okay. Anata no namae wa Tanaka-san desu ka? Your name, is it Tanaka-san? Yeah. Next. Dash. Now look. There's a bowl you use to eat rice. In Japan, Japanese use a bowl, rice bowl, but it is actually, it was a tea bowl. They drink tea in that. So rice also in that, right? So it's called chawan. Cha is tea, wan is a bowl. Chawan is a tea bowl. It's actually a rice bowl. So bowl for eating rice. Dash, dash this. How will you say that? Watashi and chawan is given. How will you say that?
Watashi wa
Watashi no
Watashi no chawan desu. Very good. Watashi no chawan desu. Which means this is it's my rice bowl. Okay. Bowl for eating rice. Watashi no chawan desu. Okay. Anata obento. Obento is lunch box. No, a packed lunch. Obento is a packed lunch. In Japan, you have to be in Japan to have bento. And especially in every station, you travel, every station, you'll have a bento and the food will be of that place, It's a nice way to taste, have food in Japan. Anyway, bento is a packed lunch. So you can go and see videos on bento and all that. Okay. Bento is a Japanese contribution, given a gift to the world. Like karaoke, bento, all these are Japanese contribution to the world. Packed lunch. Now here, any lunch you get packed, it'll be in the Japanese style. Okay. Anyway, anata, obento.
Anata no obento desu.
Anata no obento desu. Next, Ie's house. This is not Ie, it is Ie's house. Kagi is key.
Ie no kagi desu.
Ie no kagi desu. That was a Renshu for lesson 1. Exercise, you can do it at after the class. I mean, tomorrow you can do it. And day after tomorrow when we meet, we will review this the exercise first, after which we will go to lesson 2. So, mata, asatte,
Asatte.
mata, again,
Asatte.
asatte.
Mata asate. Mata
Arigatou
asate.
gozaimasu.
Arigato.
Arigatou
gozaimasu.
gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou sensei.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigato gozaimasu, sensei.